There's something you've been wanting to start. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a channel. Maybe it's a skill you've always wanted to learn. Maybe it's just a better version of yourself. And every time you get close, something stops you, not someone else, you. Because deep down, you're waiting, waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the fear to go away. But what if I told you that feeling never comes first? What if readiness isn't something you feel, but something you build by starting anyway? Nobody start ready. Here's something the world never shows you. Every person you admire, every person who built something remarkable, started before they were ready. The entrepreneur who built the company you respect started in a bedroom with no money and no roadmap. The person with the channel you watch every day uploaded their first video to 0 subscribers. The investor you look up to made their first investment terrified of losing. Nobody starts ready. Nobody starts confident. Nobody starts knowing how it will turn out. They start anyway. And here's what happens when you start anyway. Clarity comes, confidence comes. The path reveals itself, but only to the person already walking it. You cannot think your way to readiness. You have to act your way there. What waiting actually cost you. Let's talk about what waiting is actually costing you, because waiting feels free. It feels like you're being responsible, being careful, being smart. But waiting has a price, and it's paid in time. The year you spent planning instead of starting is a year of experience you don't have, a year of lessons you didn't learn, a year of growth that didn't happen. And here's what makes it worse. While you were waiting to feel ready, someone else started. Someone with less talent than you. Someone with less knowledge than you. Someone who was just as scared as you. But they started anyway. And now they're a year ahead of you. Not because they were better, but because they were willing to be bad at something long enough to become good at it. That's the real cost of waiting, not just time, but the version of yourself you could have already become. Fear doesn't go away, it gets managed. Here's the lie that keeps most people stuck. They believe that one day the fear will go away, that one day they'll wake up and feel completely ready, completely confident, completely certain. That day is never coming. And I say that not to discourage you, but to free you, because the people who are doing the things you want to do are still afraid. They still have doubts. They still have moments of uncertainty. The difference is they don't wait for the fear to leave before they move. They move while the fear is still there. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is doing the thing, while fear is standing right next to you. So stop waiting for the fear to go away. It won't, but you can move anyway. The power of imperfect action. The most powerful thing you can do today is take imperfect action, not perfect action, not polished action, not action you're proud of, just action, the messy first draft, the awkward first video, the rough first attempt. Because here's what imperfect action does that perfect planning never will. It gives you feedback, real feedback, from the real world. And that feedback teaches you more than any course, any book, any plan ever could. You learn what works. You learn what doesn't. You learn who you are under pressure, and slowly, without even noticing, the messy action becomes cleaner. The rough attempt becomes refined. The awkward beginning becomes confidence. But none of that happens without the imperfect first step. So let me ask you something before you leave. What is the one thing you have been waiting to start? What is the thing that lives quietly in the back of your mind? that you keep saying you'll do someday? Someday is not a day of the week, and the longer you wait, the heavier it gets. You don't need more time. You don't need more knowledge. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin, right now, with what you have, where you are, because the version of you that started before they were ready is the version that changes everything. If this get to you, subscribe to the Mindshaft, and let's build that version together.